What's going on, everyone? So this is going to be a little different. I'm going to be hosting this time. No one else is here, but this is me and our good friend of the channel, Table. Everyone, hello, Table. How you doing?
I'm great. A little nervous to be back on after a while, but I'm also very happy to be back here.
And we always enjoy having you around. We enjoy doing anything with you. And this, if anyone didn't know already, this is the Tavern Talk, which is basically a podcast, but we keep it short, like 45, 50 minutes-ish. This is a nice one-on-one talk between two people. And today's topic, we're going to be talking about editing styles, that type of stuff. Maybe the work we do. Let's see how it goes. So, Table, editing styles. What kind of where do you get your editing styles? What is your inspiration?
That's a very good question, actually. At least for me, especially back when I was doing editing for work, I was like still in the process of learning, so it was kind of evolving. But I kind of took a bit from everyone that I watched. Like, I feel like everybody at some point watched Vanoss and was like, "Hey, I want to edit like Vanoss."
Yeah,
But then eventually, we grow up and start watching other people and stuff like that. Now, at least what I'm doing now, after my kind of large break from editing, you can expect stuff from me to be hopefully more similar to like the guys of like Yummy, Smitty, Soup a little bit. I know you guys aren't too big a fan of Soup. I think he's a little funny, but yeah, that kind of stuff. Like more heavy on the effects.
Yeah, I like Soup, but there's only so much I can take.
Oh, dude, I know. Sometimes if I like playing YouTube or something before I go to bed, I cannot put on a Soup video because I will never fall asleep. Like someone has to be screaming every minute.
Yeah, his videos are very loud. We'll put it that way. No, that's actually really cool because I kind of have inspirations a lot from the same area that you did. I did grow up watching like Vanoss and all them. A lot of my editing style kind of comes from Smitty, but it also comes from 3 other editors. Specifically, you won't know them. 2 of them are furry content creators, so yeah, sense. But one of them would be Rayo the Progen. His style kind of is a lot like, the Smitties and stuff like that. At least his more edited stuff. And my music videos kind of came from inspiration from Bardic RJ, where he would do little TikToks and stuff of like songs like from like Green Day and all that. And my love for montages, that comes from a sniper named Pomage from way back. I've been watching him since like MW2, COD 4 type thing. Been a long time fan of his, and a lot of my editing style is kind of just a mix of different styles. Mostly I kind of lean towards more of like the Smitty and Rayo kind of editing with the subtitles, bouncy stuff, real highlighting a lot of the funny stuff of the video,
Mm-hmm. No, it's definitely a mix of stuff for me too. Like, I am not the best at copying someone one for one. And even the stuff I do now that I think is like, oh, look, I'm going to be editing like this guy. I'm going to look back at this in like 7 months, 6 months and be like, dude, this is hot garbage. How did I even upload this video?
I feel that all the damn time with the NoSkill channel. I look back at the videos I did last year, or even like a couple months ago, and I'm like, wow, I could have done that better. I can do that better now. Can I redo it? Can I re-upload? And, maybe get a few more views from my effort? I don't know.
That's how I feel about my Sea of Thieves video I put up. I love that video, but I used to do my subtitles different. I used to do like 4 different keyframes for them instead of 3. And one day I was watching some old content of mine with Skull in the call, and he was like, "Oh, Table, why do your subtitles have Parkinson's, Table?" I shouldn't make fun of him because I know he's gonna watch this. I told him beforehand about it.
But it's fair. It's a fair assumption. I mean, I feel the same way about some of the old ways I did subtitles back then too. I have a different way of doing them now, with like you said, 3 intervals, and for some like maybe short videos, I try to keep it 2 to 3 because they are a lot more faster and shorter, so I had to keep it going. It's it's a little weird. I find myself being able to somewhat copy people's editing styles. Like I recently have I guess a side client, if you can call it. I'm not like their main editor, but I'm like the side editor for a channel named Thirsty Nerds Podcast. And they came to me asking if I would, review their videos, see how they edit, and see if I could replicate it. And they gave me like 1 or 2 videos as a trial run. I was able to replicate it somewhat and also add in my own little flavor. And I liked what they saw, and I've been editing for them for about 5-6 months now.
Oh, that's really good, yeah.
Yeah. So replicating editing styles can be a challenge, but if you know how to do things in your preferred editing software, you know how things work and how to like do little tweaks, I'm pretty sure you can replicate mostly anyone's. It's some harder than others, but all it takes is a little effort and time.
Well, you especially, I feel kind of gifted for that. I mean, clearly it's working too. I mean, when I first met you guys, I think you had 150 something subs, and I was probably I don't even know if I was past 100 yet. And now you guys, I mean, just recently passed 1,000, which is huge.
Yeah, I think last I saw we're at 1,045.
It's really good.
Yeah,
especially for the time span.
I mean, we've been getting consistent subs. It's like maybe 1, 2, maybe a day or 2, but it's like it's been consistent. It's a lot more consistent than it was, because for a while we hit like around 930. For a while we were just stuck there. But then we started to do stuff like more shorts, videos more relevant to things are now. I started putting in more editing effort. Hell, the last video that's heavily edited was the Wild Assault review / character breakdown video, and that, I think it's over 700, 750, somewhere around there views, and that's pretty good for a channel. Most of the time we struggle to get over 40.
Oh yeah, I know, for the size of the channels we have, that's really good.
Yeah, it's freaking it feels good putting in all the effort and seeing some reward, some progress made. There's nothing really like how to say more upsetting or stressful when being an editor, putting in all that time and energy into making something you really enjoy and are passionate about, and getting like next to nothing out of it.
Yeah, I bet. I know I'm a little nervous to have my video go up soon. I'm just about done my next video, but I mean, you guys know I had to take a pretty long break to mix some stuff up with my training, going to a new gym and new coach and all that. I mean, it's been like pretty much half a year since I did anything. And I'm a little worried that when I upload this video, it's gonna get like 14 views just because of how long it's been.
As much as I want to say you got this, I believe in you, and we both know how YouTube is with that type of upload schedule. Unless you are someone that makes it work, like with like these huge production videos, and that gets thousands of views. I'm talking like someone like, I don't know, Russian Badger. A low upload schedule from most channels, it's kind of hit or miss, and it also kind of depends on the content that they're making. For you, I can definitely see it, still getting good views. Hell, I'll even, I'll watch it. But
yeah,
I do feel that, especially when it comes to like funny moment videos, they're very hit or miss. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like, say for example, on our channel, the NoSkill channel, we did content warning. And it was during the time where content warning was like the big thing and people were watching it left and right. And we put our own video out. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was pretty good. and we didn't really get that much out of it. I mean, the last one we did got, I think, better than the first one, I think. But, you know, it's very hit or miss. The algorithm is kind of just either hands you something or it just slaps you down.
Yeah. That's another thing too. I mean, I've missed a lot of big games. The one time I actually had time to like edit was when Power World came out. I was gonna edit that, and then the game fell off in like a week, and then stuff got tight again for me. So that video sat like sorta edited, done for a couple months, and then by this point now the game's 6 feet under. I just kind of threw that away.
Yeah, we stopped playing that after like 2 weeks. We even had a little private server with the Say Progress guys. We were just, you know, hanging out and like doing shit in. But yeah, no, everyone just stopped playing after like 2 weeks. And then Helldivers came out and Power World just fell to the wayside.
Oh yeah, that's another one I missed was Helldivers.
Oh man,
That's not.
still love it.
It's a good game. Maybe it's not my style of game. Like I did enjoy it, right? But I don't know. Editing that was also a little hard because, in all fairness, some of the guys that we currently do stuff with are a little more, like Call of Duty-esque gamers. Like, get pretty into the game, start to go a little quiet. You know, it's not exactly what I aim for. I kind of aim to like hop on something and just do whatever, just mess around, mostly for the commentary. You know.
It's funny that you say that because that's a habit that I'm really trying to get out of. Because I come from Call of Duty, but I also love, you know, having fun. I'm not that competitive of a person. Well, not anymore. I kind of was before. But especially when it comes to content, I do try to, you know, be in the moment, have fun, do a bunch of dumb shit, you know, just have a good time. But I do sometimes catch myself not saying anything sometimes. And I'm like, I need to say something, but I don't know what to say. Like, what do I do? I'm not. This is where I always tell DJ that I wish that I can be more like him because he's very quick-witted. He can
absolutely.
just say shit on the fly, and most of the time it's absolutely bonkers or just dumb. But you know, that's the type of person that if you're going for funny moment content, you love to have that type of person be there.
I mean, DJ is great for that. Like, not the project that I have almost done, but one of the ones that I've like opened and kind of touched a bit was when we played just like stupid cheap games on Steam, whatever it was called, the hide and seek game Berg, I think. We played that. I mean, that was a fun session. I definitely see what you mean about DJ like being very witty, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a fun session. I don't think I recorded, or I think I lost all that recording now that I think about it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but that was a fun session. I wish I didn't lose the footage. So I would have made a little, maybe 5-minute, 10-minute video out of it. And it's always been a.
Sorry, continue.
I was just saying, there's always been like this thing on our channel for NoSkill. Out of all the members, everyone kind of has like their role. It's a little joke, inside joke of DJ is the wild card, does and says whatever the fuck. Mikey, he says the jokes, you know, the witty one-liners. Tom is just kind of a little bit of a rage gamer, but also very just stoner, the stoner of the group. And then there's me, the guy that is good for gameplay. That's kind of like the roles. I do try to, you know, add some humor. I try to do my own thing. I'm a very, as you can tell, just like you, I'm a very quiet person.
Yeah.
I try to, you know, say some jokes every once in a while. I do something really funny, and when it comes to me, most of the time I'm just there, you know, just to provide the laughs to the people that are saying the funny stuff.
Yeah, it's actually funny you mention I'm also a quiet person because people who watch my stuff don't realize how much like I increase my own volume. I'm a very soft-spoken person.
Oh yeah, I do the same thing. Like whenever, like for the example, audience, this Tavern talk, I am purposely talking a little louder than I normally would. Mostly because I have to be the host for this, and this is probably the first time I've done it in freaking forever. It's usually a DJ or Mikey doing this stuff, and when it comes to like my own voice recording, I usually have to turn it up by maybe 5 decibels sometimes, just so
Yeah.
it can be heard and comprehensive.
Yeah, I think kind of talking about those like little free games, those are probably most fun in my opinion to edit because that's where the commentary really shines the most, right?
Oh yeah,
Even if they're not like the most, oh well, if you upload this, the algorithm's not gonna love you too much and all that. I don't really worry too much about the algorithm. Like, um, there's a saying, I don't remember what it is, but basically overanalyzing, being like, you could open your YouTube stats, look at everything, and be like, oh, well, this video did 2% worse than this one. At the end of the day, you got to play the cards you're dealt. If it does bad, you can't fix it. You just got to upload something else.
yeah. I think that's like a big rule that the No Skill channel goes through. Is like because if anyone has been a long time viewer and see what we upload, we're kind of all over the place. Mikey is over there and uploading like shorts of like mechanic car guy stuff. Maybe once in a while we'll put up like a clip of the podcast or maybe a clip of a music video, and then we got our main videos. Recently, we've been had a freaking body cam footage of a LAN on Halo, a freaking a car racing kind of vlog from Mikey, my wild assault video, and this, I don't know, it's just all over the place. And now, I mean, just recently, as of this recording, we just put up a video talking about the Dr. Disrespect drama. We can't have all over the place. And you know what? That's fine. We're a variety channel, and we like to do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, and that's unique too. I mean, it works for some people, it doesn't work for other people. But like we talked about earlier, it seems like it's doing good for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
Maybe not.
it's a slow climb, slow climb, but we're
Yeah.
making it work.
Well, that's good. As long as you're enjoying it. That's what I see. Like when I did editing as a job, I was big into that, like overanalyzing. I did everything had to be perfect. These, clients had to get videos that would get them the most optimal stuff if the YouTube algorithm like blessed them to be that way. Now that my goals are kind of shifted more towards like, I want to go through a sports, I want to be a boxer.
Oh yeah,
I still don't take YouTube as a hobby. Like I don't kind of half-ass all my stuff. But at the same time, it's like, if my video gets under 100 views, I'm not going to cry about it because I know the video is good. And eventually when like we hit that stroke of like, bunch of people finding us at a good time and like good opportunities coming our way, it's going to work out.
oh yeah. You just gotta, but essentially, you're just waiting for that moment of, hey, there's a group of people that liked my stuff, and if they liked it enough, they'll share it with everyone else that they know. It's kind of just how a lot of things kind of roll.
Yeah. And I touched on it a little bit with you. And obviously, I'm not allowed to go too into detail on it. I don't know where your camera is, but Skull's like
Yeah.
eyeing me down right now.
Yeah.
Him and I got some stuff like we're working on though. That's like the biggest thing I can say is now that I'm coming back and like I have a bit more time to edit, we have some stuff planned that should end up in like, videos. Hopefully, I can't promise anything how often they'll be out, but we do have something sort of like a monthly review of how well we did, and we're gonna have live feedback of that we have to like, kind of, we can't just put it under the rug. We got to address if we're doing bad. And also, I'm not allowed to say anything about it, but we've been very blessed with an opportunity from a game dev recently, and it's sort of turning into a sponsorship for us.
Oh,
But
really?
that we have to also get some other stuff lined up and get it like, I don't know. I can't say too much. I know he's already probably going to be yelling at me, "Oh, Table, you're saying too much. You can't promise no." But it'll be good. I promise. We got a bunch of stuff we're working on.
Also, a good impression.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. But yeah, that's awesome, man. If that does happen, good for you. That's amazing. Channels under 100K, that is rare, and it is an amazing opportunity.
Absolutely. You talked about you guys having roles. we got a running joke between me and Skull now that, I mean, Skull's like my best friend now. We do so much stuff together, but we got the joke that we're like yin and yang. Like, you know, I'm the light side with a little dot of dark. He's the dark side with a little dot of light. We
Yeah.
like go so well together. He's more into that. Even if he like uploads more kind of edgy humor or like darker humor, and then I sort of cut some of that stuff out more, we still both go together really well, and you know, dabble into each other's stuff.
Yeah, you could definitely tell with the few sessions we've had together with you two in it. You definitely mesh really well. You kind of bounce off of each other, and your opposites in personality definitely fit well. And actually, it shows. I mean, shit, the Lethal Company video that we, session that we recorded, and I'm editing currently, audience, you're gonna see these guys just kind of just bounce off each other.
That was a great session too. That was like pretty much 50 minutes straight of laughing.
Oh yeah,
because he had so many soundboards of me.
oh yeah, that was a huge session of just haha.
That's part of his dark humor. He's got so much stuff on me that's been like soundboarded out of context, nothing close to what I actually said, but it makes me sound bad.
Oh yeah,
he's a really good guy though. Like, one big thing kind of going to my training, which I don't mean to make this about that again, but
take it.
Skull, like I said, as much as he uploads dark humor, he's like a fully, like the most genuine guy I know probably. When I like had my old coach retire, to me, that really felt like I was kind of lost. Because I told you I had this one coach who was like, "Oh, you're gonna go to professional boxing and everything," and he was completely delusional. This guy was the first person, at least since I got back into the sport, that really saw that I could do something and was willing to help me go through with it, and like was very meticulous with all the stuff I did, giving me extra training time and all that. So when he retired, it hit me hard. And Skull is the only one that like he stayed up with me later in the night, just like distracting me playing games or whatever. He messaged me like how I'm doing and things like that. He's as much as he seems rough on the outside, he's a really, really good guy. I mean, you guys have met him too. You know what I'm talking about. But
he's a good time to be around.
Oh yeah. I know he's gonna say something about these accents though that I do of him. He does the same thing back to me though. I'm gonna get into a call with him after this is uploaded. He's gonna be like, "Hey, you fucking salami, what's the matter with you, huh?" Like doing an Italian impression because I'm Italian.
Hey man, did you talk to Uncle Louie yet?
Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna get my karma.
Anyways, I'd love to continue, but real quick, we are gonna take a quick little ad break. Talk to our punter, Dubby. Take it away.
Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they are still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.
And we're back. So, Table, I gotta ask, man, what are your future plans? You say you're getting back into editing, but you also say that you're going further into your boxing training. What does your future look like?
Oh, that's a rough one. Sort of a topic. Actually, you know, I'll wait a second before I bring that up. Right now, for me, what I'm trying to do, like I said, I don't want like YouTube and all that to end up as a hobby for me. I still do want to go through with it. Like it's always been something I wanted to do since I was young. Yeah. But with the way things are shifting now, I'm at a new gym with a new coach, and right now I'm kind of working up through that gym. I was looking to have some amateur fights before, and it kind of sucks that now I'm put back a couple months. And I'm also getting older for amateurs. Like a lot of people in that gym are like 15 years old, which is crazy because I don't feel like I should feel old. I'm a pretty young guy.
Yeah,
but
what are you, like 19, 20 or something?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. You're younger than I am, and you're saying that's older in like the amateur circuit. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Either way, the goal is to move up there, and the gym there luckily knows the old coach that I trained with, and they know that I have the intentions to like go through with boxing. I'm not just going because I want some exercise, you know. What should happen, sort of like to map it out right now, and I really don't like to talk about what will happen. That's sort of like something I found, you know, whatever, religion, stuff like that, not to talk about tomorrow. But one thing for me is hopefully in about 6 months, I'm going to start getting into amateurs.
Yeah.
And once I get into amateur fights, every 2 weeks I would be having a match. So the idea is up until then, I want to try and get as much work done as I can on YouTube, because I know when that time comes, I'm not going to have that opportunity. And I know the last couple months too, it's been really rough for me, but now I'm like, I know the time gap. I know what I have, like how much time I have left. So I want to just get as much done as I can before that.
Yeah, and hell, every day it draws closer, right?
Yeah.
And once those like a match like every 2 weeks comes around, and you're definitely gonna be in like that recovery state after matches. It's gonna be different.
Yeah.
I can definitely see it being a little difficult for you to maybe want to get up and record or even edit something on, you know, hours on end.
Even that too is going to be a little strange, because I'm also like kind of all over the place with where I'm going to be entering as of like weight class.
Yeah,
because I was higher in weight before I got into boxing, because I was like pretty upset after I lost my job editing and whatever, made a bunch of poor decisions. Then I lost a bunch of weight. I think I was like 168 when I was talking to you guys, like just over the 167 mark. Now I'm trying to kind of get to a middle ground where I think I performed the best, and then enter there and then see what happens. Because, you know, I don't intend to stick to one weight class forever, especially if it's not working.
yeah. So, I I had something too.
Oh,
And I just lost it, but I guess I can say is how long, like, what are your aspirations when it comes to the boxing thing? Like, do you see yourself doing it like 5 years from now?
okay. Just a little heads up to everybody who's listening. This is going to sound a little delusional, but in my opinion, you need to sound delusional if you ever want to succeed.
Oh yeah,
Like, you can't really have a mindset that you're going to be mediocre. A winner is never surprised to lose. Holy shit, I'm fucking failing this quote. Get rid of this clip. This isn't making a YouTube short. A winner is never surprised to win. He should only be surprised to lose. So if you have like a mediocre mindset and you are surprised that you win and do well, that's a bad thing. You should aim for that and then be like glad with yourself when you get there, and then aim higher, at least in my opinion.
I have totally crazy aspirations of success, and once you make it there, aim for higher, basically.
Yeah. So my goal with boxing is to continue through amateurs. I don't think I'm going to make in time for the next Olympics, because I still have some time for amateurs, and to be in the Olympics, you need to make it to nationals, and you got to be top 10 in the country, and then make the Olympic team, and then of that team be the one to represent the country, which is a super big thing, especially because the Olympics are like, I don't know, a little under 4 years away.
Yeah,
so I don't know about
right
that.
there. That's some crazy aspirations right there.
That's some stuff the old coach told me, is that I should aim for the Olympics. That's not what, like, I am aiming for it, but it's going to be very hard to reach that. Either way, I want to get into professional boxing at some point. That's like where I have my eyes set on, and I want to do well there, but for a good reason. The way I see things, and this is like through a lot of like moral research, and like I just mentioned religion a little bit.
Yeah.
I want to do good things, and the way I see it, if I do good in boxing, I could end up using that money to like buy a yacht, or I could use that money to go and help people who live in rat infested houses and people who don't get to eat every day. So it sounds delusional, but when I say that I want to train to achieve that, in my head, I sort of have all of those people like on my back. And if I come short, I can't help those people. So it sounds crazy, but like I have a lot driving me to that success. So I really want to aim like for the top and nothing short of it.
Man, that's good goals right there. That's very humble of you. I respect that.
One thing or one person that I look up to, and I don't care that he was also a boxer, is Muhammad Ali. And I know everybody knows this name, so it's going to be a really easy one for anyone listening. If you go onto YouTube and you look up Muhammad Ali and just watch his interviews, nothing about his boxing, nothing about how he fought, just look at how he talked. That's why he's a big role model for me. He's the same way. He used to donate 80% of his fight wallet or whatever it's called, fight purse. He used to always be for the people, and that's what I strive to be too. I'd rather help people than go buy fucking 50 sports cars. I don't want to say like Floyd Mayweather, because I know now he does a lot of really good stuff, but
yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, I definitely can see that, and that's honestly a really humble, very good, respectable goal to go for. I mean, hell, if I was in your shoes, I probably would do the same. I mean, hell, most of my money when it comes to editing goes to helping my family, because we're not in the most financial stable state, but I try to do my best, and I only take liberties to like say upgrade the setup or maybe get something I want whenever there's nothing else to be done, but everything else goes to helping the family. And my goal is to one day be able to just get a house for myself and be able to financially support my family.
That's a really good thing. And the thing too is that it's not the amount of what you do that what pays off. It's just the fact that you do it. Like if you only have like 10 or like, okay, say you can't do much and you still choose to help, that is probably a lot more valuable than someone who has a shitload of money and they give away like 2% of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're doing a lot, dude. That's very good. I really don't like people like that. They go and spend all their money on big cars and boats, and especially fucking what's her name, Taylor Swift, who like takes a plane 30-minute drive away. That stuff really upsets me, you know?
I mean, you hear about that type of stuff all the time, especially when it comes to like big corporate like CEOs, where they would rather cut people and like fire a bunch of workers instead of taking a pay cut for like their yearly earnings or some shit like that. And they'll take like millions of dollars instead of, using that money to help pay for the employees, but they'll just fire them instead. And it's really sad every time you hear about it, because it's like, wow, and I imagine people that work in those big corporations are just looking at that as like, that could be me, or that could have been me, because I'm not that high in the corporate ladder. And it's always that line that people have to walk.
It's a sad thing that people who aren't fortunate have to help other people who aren't fortunate, and then those who are fortunate just help themselves. Like the way I see it, and like I said, I'm gonna sound absolutely crazy. If any of my friends choose to watch this, they're gonna think I'm fucking batshit insane. But at the end of the day, I'm a person like any other person is, and I'm just choosing to do good things like anybody else can too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not, even if I do good in boxing, I'm not fucking Superman. I'm not gonna be a hero and like do everything perfect. If I can do something, so can other people. Especially those who are more fortunate, like fucking CEOs and stuff who just fucking bathe in their money like Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah. When it comes to the editing, I want this to be a career that can financially support me and everyone that I care for. And I've always lived very simple. I've come from a very, I guess you can say, kinda poor family. We're the type of family that lives from paycheck to paycheck 9 times out of 10. There's been
Yeah.
very small stints in my life where that wasn't the case and we were somewhat okay. But life sucks and things happen, and we just go back to living paycheck to paycheck because something always happens. My goal is to someday be able to help provide my family and not have to live like that. Even if it's, as simple as getting a house, having reliable transportation with reliable cars that are not always breaking down or have something wrong with them like I do now. And, wondering if will I be able to make dinner today for my family or not.
Yeah. No, I fully understand.
So,
We started talking about fucking YouTube and all that. Now we've turned into a very noble conversation about our like goals for the future.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's kind of still sticking with the editing thing because at least that's my goal. That's where I want to take editing because I hear not only do I enjoy editing, I thoroughly enjoy doing what I do, but I also hear how successful people can be if you put in the effort, and that's basically what I'm trying to do. At least once a month, I try to put myself out there to find more clients. I try to at least do it at least once a month because sometimes I just get so busy and forget to even do it. But I'm always trying to at least put myself out there, put like an ad here, ad there, like, hey, I edit. Hey, I'll edit this for you. Or please hire me.
Yeah.
And I'm just always trying to do something. Sure, it's hard, especially since I'm very inexperienced and none of the channels I edit are big channels that have a lot of subs or get a lot of views. So a lot of people see that or might see that and be like, oh, this guy is not successful. He doesn't know what he's doing. But you know what? It's all good. I live in the moment, and if someone gives me a chance, I will take it every time. And I will just want to prove myself is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. It's a very good I think it's a really good way this conversation steered. I really love podcasts that I can look back onto later and be like, yeah, that was good,
Yeah.
Like especially, in the future when I achieve when we achieve all our goals. I don't mean to sound just talking about myself. I said that wrong. Way later down the line, when both of us look back at this, I mean, I think this is going to be really good.
Yeah, like a year from now, look back at this and say, did I progress from where I was then?
Yeah. Oh, I had one, actually a little bit of a mishap. Skull found an old video on my channel that could still be accessed through an end card of another video. And that led down a big rabbit hole to not a podcast, but a conversation in a video where I was talking about stuff like this. And I used to think crazy. I used to be so different than I was now. I used to just want to fucking do nothing. I was a nobody. I'm very glad he found that because I wouldn't want to find that in like 5 years and then have to explain myself or something. Not that I did anything wrong, but that I just was like a.
It's like, guys, I swear I'm not crazy.
Yeah, the guys I used to know, I'm not gonna mention any of them by name. I really don't like to put any praise to bad people. But
obviously, yeah.
like they used to just like I met them at a bad time and they put a lot of bad habits into me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was fine just hoping. I was fine hoping that this would do well and then getting mad if it didn't. That's like just stupid to live that way, in my opinion.
No, it's fine. You gotta, as long as you can see and acknowledge that the people that you're around are not benefiting you as a person or just in any good way, it's good that you just want to cut ties from them and make yourself better. Find better people that will make you a better person and help you along that path. Like my friends, sorry, I got a little choked up there. My friends have been with me through so much, and I've been through so much of the last like 3 years of making this channel with them that I really can't see myself being away from these guys. These guys are like brothers to me at this point. They help me through so much, and they are as hell. Mikey is always there, DJ is always there, always willing to listen, because I suffer through depression a lot of the times. Most days it's really hard for me to get out of bed, and they've always there just to even give advice or even just lend an ear. Mikey is always asking if, whenever he sees that I'm, in a bad state, he always asks, "Hey man, are you okay? Do you need to talk?" And if I do, I will. But sometimes, you just gotta keep it in and just stuff it out and just, deal with it yourself. Sometimes there are these things that you need to handle yourself, but you also gotta know when to ask for help.
Well, it's a really good thing to have people like that. It's a very kind of blessed thing to have. You know what I mean?
I do feel blessed with my friends. I do.
And I apologize if I've caused anybody to click off by sounding like a lunatic, but sort of to steer this back to editing, I still do have goals there too. Like aside from just boxing and like wanting to go down a super long chain of events that ends up helping people. When it comes to just this short couple months that we're talking about, I got a lot that I want to do. And there's even who's new to, I guess, the viewer, but what you and I have been talking about for like the last couple of weeks of when I get into amateurs, before anything ever goes good for me, like money wise, like, oh, you're getting paid this much for a fight. I won't have time. Plus, a lot of my time is going to be spent recovering, like you said.
Yeah.
So we were talking a bit about having like me hire you as my editor.
Yep.
Which, I mean, that's going to be a very interesting opportunity for the both of us.
Yeah, and like I said, and during those conversations, I'm always here, and I definitely am more than happy to help you out. All you gotta do is ask.
Yeah. When the time comes.
Yeah, when the time comes, we'll just get into a call and we'll discuss all the details.
I've said a bit to you too, but just to kind of say it again, since we're on a podcast, I will be pretty meticulous with how my like videos end up. Not that I'm gonna sit over you with an iron fist and make sure everything's perfect, but I saw one time a little funny story. Dino he hired an editor once for a little puzzle game we played, and I think that video turned out like one of the worst videos I've ever watched on YouTube. It was horrid, and Dino even agreed with me how bad it was. I think it's still up on his channel. You can probably find it under one of his old thumbnails when he used to draw them. But it was like laughable how bad it was. So at least when it comes to my stuff, I doubt that you're going to be putting a TV static effect every 5 seconds. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no.
We will run through it a little bit together, make sure, at least it's close. Because I don't want there to be a big, like, difference. Like, I wouldn't want if I had Donut edit for me, and then it just looked like a Donut video, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that goes back into you being really good at copying styles, too, so I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, all I have to probably do is maybe spend a little time reviewing your videos and seeing how they're structured, and, just put into practice.
Yeah, that's one thing I always did a little unique from everyone else's. You'll notice on my videos, especially now that I'm at least trying to come back and do some stuff, I really edit more for the flow of a video, not like some people kind of just put clip after clip after clip, and whatever. It runs by quick. Like those videos will be 5 minutes and it feels like it was 5 seconds. But my videos, I really try to like not make it boring, obviously. Like I'm not going to include
Yeah.
every single thing we do, but when something happens to really get the full moment captured, you know, like the entire joke or whatever, you know.
Like you don't
And
want
then
it to have dead air, but you also like to provide the context for the joke.
yeah, that's a way to put it. Also, like my biggest things are always capturing especially because we do a lot of round based games, is the start and end of a round. I always have to make sure are like good, you know. I like that flow. I don't like if a video, say you're playing I don't know, something like Siege, imagine,
Yeah.
right? Because you guys have done Siege stuff. And then you're watching and you're on I don't remember the map names, but you're on one map and then all of a sudden it cuts to another joke and it's just a completely different map. To me, that kind of like you lose that connectivity that like makes you feel like you're in the video, like you're in the game, you know what I mean? It kind of dissociates the viewer back to like, oh yeah, I'm watching YouTube. I'm not actually like here with these guys laughing with them.
You know, I totally get it. And shit, those are things that on our earlier videos that I look back on and I'm like, why did I cut it there? Or, wow, that was a very sudden cut. And now we're like 4 or 5 rounds past where that joke was. What the hell happened in between there? And I totally get
Yeah.
it. And hell, I've been trying to do that as well. Sure, it might lengthen the video more, and some people argue that videos that are like maybe 20 minutes or longer don't get a lot of retention. But as long as it makes sense, the you know, the joke lands and hits, that's mostly what I care about. Sure, there's some liberties I do in some editing that, like, say, if there's like nothing going on, even if, you know, it's like 2, 3, say, rounds later, I just don't want nothing to be there. So I just kind of had to
Yeah.
remove that segment because there's nothing happening. It's just literal gameplay.
Oh, I know that. I know that feeling.
So it's like, well, as much as I would hate to just, you know, go from like, say, order to house on Siege, nothing happened in the last 3 rounds. It was literally just us playing, so kind of had to take the cut.
Mhm. It's actually, it comes in handy for shorter videos, I've found. Like when we played Labyrinth, it kind of sucked because the rounds in that game weren't very long, or like the chapters or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can get into a call with like, I don't know, someone, and they'll be like, oh yeah, I took 3 hours of footage and I cut it down into a 9-minute video. I'm like, how the hell did you do that? I have a 30-minute video and I made a 9-minute video out of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I mean, again, it just comes down to how people edit their stuff. And I always love seeing how people do stuff.
Oh yeah.
I even love seeing like the videos of other editors trying to replicate a different person's editing style and seeing how close, or even if they can get it, you know, perfectly. I love taking that as like a study session.
Yeah. I think I've watched some of those.
Yeah, I think I watched a video of how people replicate Russian Badger's style. I don't think I'd ever do it myself. I don't think it really fits my style. I did sometimes try to incorporate things how Smitty does, where like his intros where he would talk to the viewer before a video starts, or like he'll put in a clip of something crazy or funny happening, but then go straight to like an intro of him talking to the viewer. I've done similar stuff like that, but
Yeah.
you know, in my own way. Like I would have the background, I'd have the VR avatar, and actually have some motion, have a character in front of the camera, explain what's going on, maybe some widgets or pictures of the game, the logo, maybe a clip here and there in between me talking. I don't know, just different things.
Oh yeah.
You gotta have
think
your
I
own
recall
little
seeing those.
creativity to it. You can take
Well, that's-
inspiration from people, but it's better if you try to put your own spin, and so people know this is you. This is how you do things.
Yeah, that's the perfect way to do it, is to make it your own. I got a friend who does a little bit too much copying. I love the guy. I haven't talked to him in a while, but his name's Soy. He was in my Sea of Thieves video, and that guy very influenced by Smitty. I mean, even his icon was pretty close. Actually, I don't know what happened with him. After that session, I talked with him a couple times, but then I think he went off to college. I haven't really heard from him in a good while.
Just fell off the map, basically.
Sorta. I actually met him through a really strange way. That's when I really caught on to how bad I grew up, like with those old guys. I was like, all right, I gotta move to something new. He was in the first group that I went to. I have on the internet somewhere a couple of sessions of like a racing game with like a group of like 10 or 12 people. He's the one I really stuck with out of that group. And then obviously I met like the guys I'm with now, Skull and all them.
It looks like we're running out of time here, Table. Is there anything that you'd like to tell the audience, whether it's your feelings on editing or maybe just, I don't know, things you want to get off your chest? What's up?
Well, I really hope there's some people left after our kind of more in-depth conversation in the middle of that. I don't know if you're going to want to cut that out of this video or like to keep it mostly editing, or if you want just the whole thing. It's up to you, but
yeah. I mean, we did get pretty deep, but you know what? I think something like that is really good. It shows that we're passionate about what we do, and I hope it shows.
Yeah. That's a better way to put it, passionate. Although I do sound like I'm a little insane sometimes, a little delusional.
I'm pretty sure you're fine compared to that older video. I don't know about it, but apparently it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't anything bad. I just fucking was fine doing nothing. But either way, I'm just happy to be back on here. Like, I mean, it's been a while since I was on a podcast episode. Especially like I feel like this is really genuine, like just two people sitting down. This is more of the stuff that I would have watched. I kind of got into podcasts through editing because I had those stupid shorts of fucking whoever doing a podcast, Andrew Huberman, Jordan Peterson, whoever the hell people wanted edited. I have no affiliation with those people, but you know what I mean? Like I've seen and sort of caught on to this style of podcast, like one-on-one. This is where I think it shines more and is more genuine.
Yeah, that's what we definitely go for.
Yeah, I'm just really glad to be back on, and I'm very hopeful for what both of us have going on in the future, either together through content and on our own separate journeys that we talked about a bit.
Yeah.
Again, I can't say too much about my stuff because I'm gonna have a big Irish guy yelling at me as soon as I get out of this call, but
when it happens, you'll let the people know.
Yep. What about you? Any last thoughts you want to say about this?
Nothing. If anything, I'm just excited for the future of like whether it's more videos together or just straight up cooperation, working side by side. I'm looking forward to everything that we got going together.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it. Thank you for joining us for another Tavern Talk. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. It did get a little deep in the second half, but you know what? We're very passionate about what we do, and we'd like to see what you guys have to say in the comments. What do you have, a passion for? Do you enjoy what you do? Let us know in the comments. Until then, this has been NoSkill Entertainment, Dravo, and this is my good friend Table, and we are out.